a O2 3 Series E46 with a massive radiator coolant leak. So we're gonna do a quick radiator replacement on this. Nothing special. It's easy. So now we're gonna pull the fan out. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows that those are reverse threads. There you go. We need to remove the coolant reservoir. I mean, there is many ways of doing this. I mean, I'm just showing you my way of doing it. And upper radiator hose comes out real quick. Super easy. One thing that it's rare to have the right antifreeze in it, which is super good. The way I pull the reservoir out, I put this one where the main hose is. There's a leverage, and then go right here with the other one. There you go. Now underneath there is a thermostat for the transmission cooler. Most of the time that one breaks, but if it does, then I'm going to show you how to fix it. Never mind, this one doesn't even have one. Somebody removed it. Man, this upper radiator hose is giving me hell. Bigger pry bar does it always. So this radiator was leaking really bad right here. It's a very, very common issue with those. After a while, there's nothing you can do to prevent it, to be honest. Ha! Even comes with instructions. I'm not going to read the instructions because there is no pictures. I cannot read. God. Turn on the doors. Again, this is pretty straightforward. The main thing you need to do, make sure you pressurize the system after you're done, and then make sure that you bleed the system too. You got to let that air out. Then get the car to operating temperature, and
so this is a 2017 Porsche Cayenne S. It came in for an AC drain that's plugged up. Their passenger floorboard up here, it's starting to get a little damp, which usually means those AC drains plug up, and that's common. I mean, just with leaves, dust, debris, sticks. So I already lifted it up. They're right behind the fender liner, so I just kind of peeled that back a little bit, blew some air in it. A lot of leaves and stuff. For the sunroof, there's a couple of drains that I'm just making sure they drain properly. I got just a little bit of water. I already blew them out, made sure they were clear. But to double check, I just dump a little bit of water in those drains, and if it drains out, you're all good. We got a lot of debris out of a couple of those drains, so we're gonna let her have it. It should be all good from there.
Are you kidding me now? So the next car we're going to work on is this lovely 2008 335 Xi. Customer wants the water pump change of the thermostat. He brought his own parts. Obviously they're made in China. It's not the Continental one. I called him, advised him that it's not going to work. He doesn't care. He wants it done anyway. Yeah. There's no warranty on the labor though. But I know for a fact they're not going to work, so it's on him. Honestly, I'm not happy at all about this, because now if it's a regular one, like a rear wheel drive, those are pretty easy to do, but the Xi, man, it's a pain in the butt to do. And knowing that it's not going to work for a long time kind of frustrates me a little bit, but oh well. I just work here. I keep repeating that it's not going to work, it's not going to work. I've seen it many times. It does not work because there is a motherboard inside here where we have power, ground, signals and all that. And if it's not to BMW specifications, obviously the car is going to overheat. I guess China is copying everything, trying to make it work. I asked the customer what he paid for it. He paid $100. The genuine one from BMW is $643. So you do the math. Yeah, it just frustrates me. So with the all-wheel drive, the subframe is different. It's pretty much on the way of the water pump. So I'm never done it before, but I'm almost considering like dropping the subframe down and try that way. See if it's faster, because seriously, that's a gigantic pain in the butt to do. What do you think, John?
What?
I'm trying to drop the subframe down, doing this stupid ass water pump.
Is it that bad?
You never done a 3 Series all-wheel drive with a big ass charge pipe in it?
Or not with like an aftermarket charge pipe.
Yeah. Look how much room you have.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. There's like no room at all. I would probably just drop the subframe down a little bit.
I want to try it this way, yeah.
Take out the charge pipe, but that
Just take out the
seems
engine.
like a bitch. It seems like an
I don't
inch.
have a flashlight. I don't feel very official. Oh, John doesn't have one either. Do I look like I know what I'm looking at?
This isn't the one that you can, like, you just take the fan out and take it off the top.
No.
No?
This is the older version.
What if you take the intercooler off?
No, I'm not taking that. I'm just dropping the subframe down.
Other than just because is that just a hose clamp?
Yeah, it looks finicky.
Oh.
So, no.
Oh, it's just a rubber hose.
Yeah. Look at that. It's restricted right here.
Nice.
Usually, if the car is stock without any modifications, we'll try to do that in the car, like without dropping the subframe, but it's impossible with a bigger charge pipe on this one to remove the water pump. So I'm gonna try dropping this one just a little bit, give me a little bit more access. Let's see. Hopefully, maybe that's way easier than I thought, you know? Okay, so day 2 today. Both me and Mike, we had to leave early yesterday. Both our daughters had like a band concert, so saw that. But to recap, the water pump on the lovely 335xi, it wasn't as bad as I thought. After dropping the subframe, it was a breeze. I let Ben finish the rest of it after I was gone. He said that it bled fine, but we'll see how long that's gonna last. Right now we're working on I don't even know what year is it. It's a Jetta POS. We're changing the turbo in it because it's pretty much shooting oil out of the tailpipe.
So this is a Volkswagen GTI 2015, and it's in the shop today to do a clutch and a rear main seal. Customer wanted to do the rear main seal because we already did not have the transmission out, so it's just pretty much right there. So we're just going to go ahead and take care of that for him. A lot of these Volkswagens, that the 2.0s and the 1.8s that sit sideways like this, are pretty much exactly the same. So if you've done one of them, you can do almost all of them. I don't even take out the CV shafts completely out anymore. I just kind of push them to the side, get the transmission out. You just kind of put in our engine holder across the top there to support the engine while you take out the trans, and it can also lower it a little bit so you can get it low enough to just slide out of that trans. It's a lot faster than pulling the front clip and everything off to try to, pull it out. You just kind of lower it down a little bit and slide it out, keep everything else in there, and it helps out when you're not taking stuff out that doesn't need to take out. So it makes it faster and easier. Get it back faster to the customer that way too. One more thing that you do have to do to get this transmission out, you do have to drop the subframe a little bit. You pop off the steering shaft, and that just helps it just drop down. You leave all the suspension attached. You don't need to pop off any control arms or anything like that. Just leave all that attached, pop that down, Then you can just kind of swing it out of the way when you're bringing that transmission down. So you just kind of push them off to the side, just like that. So you don't have to take them out from the actual hub. You just kind of take them out from the trans, and then you kind of just push them over to the side, and it'll slide right out. I'm just going to bring the car down a little bit so I can use the ladder to get up there and undo the tranny mount, put the tranny jack here, and then take these 2 bolts out and just slide her on out.
I think so. It's like standard.
Got it? That's another 100 miles. It's about down to the rivet. It's getting a little later in the day, and get this one all wrapped up so the customer can have it back, and then start on a new project tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Hey, it's the end of the day. I'm all worn out. I'm gonna give John a hand to finish this one. Takes priority over all the other cars. We're about to do the rear main seal right now, and then over and over and over and over again. So, thank you. Dropping the subframe down and try that way. See if it's faster, because seriously, that's a gigantic pain in the butt to do. What you looking at?
I'm just getting out of the way so I don't make any noise. I don't want to interrupt.